Hello friends, welcome to Intuites.
Let's begin the class.
Able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so last class, like we have discussed few the magic commands and all. Okay, let's continue with the FS here. So here, suppose we have to give you the list of the files available on the database folder, right? So let's go to. So here are two things. So the first thing is database utilities. What are the utilities we have in database? So the first is the file system, which we will see today, how we can access the file different of all the second is your secrets. That's all. So we'll see. There is widget and what is the network one. These are the different utilities database provide to you, which you can use in a different way. So slowly we'll discuss throughout the project will practice. That time we'll use the secret widgets and network workflow as well. Now let's discuss about the file system. So here the file system is audible, right? So let's take option as FS and the LS. So it is giving me what are the different path available and what this path is all about. So yesterday I told you there is a path called Databricks DVFS datasets. Let's copy this and after the LS. So I just want to see what exactly available on this path. What are the datasets are available? Okay. So So if you see here, there are different data sets I have. So if you see one is COVID, one is this one is airlines, Amazon file is there. So many data sets I have. You can directly go to this path and you can read the file and you can start work. File this is very good file. So credit card fraud, flower. So many different areas of the data is available on this particular folder. Okay. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that whenever you are using the ls command and you are saying that please get me the details from this path, then actually there is a Databricks utility which is nothing but your file system is getting used. And that is what is that utility is all about. So which utilities we are using it. So we are saying DB utils. The DB utils is the utility which is being used. Database utilities dot fs dot ls dot fs dot ls. Then you are saying this. Actually, internally, this is getting it when you are executing. Okay, so like this. Okay, so now from this, so it will give you the data inside that. So there, this is the tabular format it is giving, but this is same data. Underline, this is the DB utils it is getting it. So you can directly use this or directly you can say percentage FS and LS. Make sense? Any doubt here? Any questions?
No.
And now question would be why would you use this way or this way? So the advantage of using this way is this you can use in later stage. Suppose you have a for loop, you have a while loop, or any logic you want, and there you want to access the file. Then this will be very good. You will write in this way. This is just to test. Suppose ls space. I just give you the list of files available on the path, but this is the way you will write throughout the course. This logic will flow up. Suppose I have a for loop, while loop, or any lambda function, or whatever maybe I use it, I can use it. Okay?
Amir,
Make
your
sense?
voice is not clear. I don't know whether it is for me. Your voice is not clear.
Oh, is it? What?
Now
How
it
is
is
it now?
clear. Yeah, now it is
Okay.
clear.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so what I was saying that we have my ls command where you can list the files, and internally this is the review.fs.ls. This is what. So you will use this syntax for a longer project. Why? Because if you write this in this way, logic can be forwarded to your any logic behind that. After that, if you have a for loop, while loop, whatever maybe, all these things you can go ahead. Okay, now let's discuss the most important thing today. Is that let's start it. The main thing. And we'll discuss about the secret relation network overflow later the stage. So first of all, we'll say Azure Data Lake Storage and integration to Database. This is the most important thing in database. In the sense, we'll store some data in storage. We'll create the storage. We'll store the data. Then we'll try to read the same thing using the Databricks, and that is called the integration. So that makes sense more. So let's see. So whenever a storage is there, so there are first of all things. Let me explain. So whenever the storage is there here, let's go to storage account. Okay, in the Azure. So here what we will do, we will create a storage account. Then that storage account we will keep it in the Azure. We'll create some folder, we'll upload some files, everything we'll do. And finally, this storage account or whatever file I have, I will read through the database. This is the task which we are planning. So still I'm properly audible today now or any issues again?
It's kind of some place the voice is kind of crumbling off.
Mm-hmm.
Some place,
Someplace like
some
a kind
place,
of echo.
yeah, kind of echo.
Uh-huh.
Some words are missing out in a sentence when you stop.
Okay. I don't know what is this exactly.
Now you are clear.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the
Okay.
mic and your distance between the mic and your
Could
audio.
be. Okay, let's try to focus on this.
Okay.
Okay, so let's understand this. So first of all, step is we will create a storage. High level step I'm giving it. We'll create a storage. Then authenticate storage into Databricks. Okay. So that we can read the data whatever there in the storage. So authentication of the storage can be done in multiple ways. So actually there are 5 ways to do that. So the first way is your storage access key. Second is through the SaaS token. See service principal. Azure Azure Active Directory pass through. And the latest one, which is called Unity Data. Okay. So these are the 5 ways we can, after creating of the storage, once you have the data on the storage, we can authenticate using these 5 different ways. Okay. So the first way is storage. We'll thoroughly will go with. Don't worry. First way is the storage access keys, hash token, service principal. This one, and this is the note it down. This is the latest addition to the database. It is called Unity Catalog. Just some months back only, this got introduced to the database, which is called the Unity Catalog. And this is quite high important. But this we will discuss really end of the project only. When I'm about to finish the database, that time I will explain you the Unity Catalog. Not now. Other 4 we'll discuss slow one by one. Okay. So the first point is we need to create a storage. Okay, is it making sense?
Yes. Yes.
So here the storage is same. How you are storing the data into your local, right? So you are going to your folder and you're keeping some files there. Like same thing. The storage is nothing but the same. Like in the cloud. So in the cloud there is maybe an area where you want to store the data. Now let's do my storage. Let's delete this. I don't want this. Just delete it. Okay, leave it. So now when you come to the Azure portal, you click on the storage account. And if you create it, let's create it. So the first thing first, I have the, so now we need to select first the subscription which you are using it, whether it will be free or whatever. Then you need to select the Databricks resource group. This I think I explained you this concept, right? The resource group, subscription, all this stuff.
Yes. Yes.
I'm selecting the resource group, then I need to give my storage account name. Okay, so here the storage account name I'm saying that. Let's take project and Databricks, then data lake storage. DL. Project DBDL. You can give any name. Okay, you can't give the same name because it's the way. And I'm selecting the region as this. And performance wise, I'm going with the standard approach because a premium requires. It's like a the how your storage account will perform. Based on that, you can see the performance. So in a premium, the performance will be higher. In standard, it is fine. It's fine to go ahead with the standard. And redundancy is let's go with the local only. Now I will select the next. I'm keeping everything as simple. Here the important thing is this, the hierarchical namespace and without the namespace. Actually, in normally when you are creating the storage, there are two types of storage are available in Azure. The first one is called the normal storage, this is called a blob storage. And second one is the data lake Gen 2. Okay, so here the point is if you are not selecting this tick, okay, if you are not selecting this tick, this will become a blob storage, normal. Okay, and normal blob storage is something like a single folder structure. Okay, in a sense, in the folder we can't be do the nesting. Since I have a let's take I have a X folder. Inside the X folder, I want to create Y folder. Inside the Y, I want to create a Z folder. Z, all these things. It is not possible in case of the blob storage. Whereas if you go to the data lake Gen 2, you can create the nested folder, and this is the preferred way to like go with the storage. So we will go with the data lake Gen 2, and you can try your blob storage. Just create it and delete it and see it. So I was just selecting this namespace here, and rest of the things I think I will keep it like this only. Networking works, that's fine. Then my data protection. Nothing, I'm keeping a 7 yeah. Encryption, thanks is not required. Review, and create. Okay. Now your storage account is getting created. Okay. Let's wait for some time. And I'm very frankly speaking, still I hope I'm audible. Okay, properly. I'm
Yes.
audible, right?
Yes.
And here we have an option called every resources. We have the option to pin. Okay, pin to a dashboard. What is the advantage of doing this? So whenever you are creating anything related to the project, just after creation of that, there will be an option called pin will come. Okay, just click on the pin and you can create a new dashboard here. You can say project practice dashboard. Okay, I'm keeping a private here, so I create a pin. So what is the advantage of creating this dashboard? So if you go here on the right hand side, click on the dashboard. Okay, and just one sec. Maybe I've created it. It is taking time to refresh it. Yeah, see if you were in the same place itself only, all the resources will get it. If you come to the dashboard and you can directly navigate to this place. So this is the dashboard and this is my dashboard. Name I given something name. Yeah, let's go to the project practice. Sorry. This is my dashboard. I go to the project practice here. And here if you see, this is the first pinned thing I have created, which is nothing but my storage account. So here what happened is whatever the resources part of this thing we created, everything will be in one place. So we can come directly here and we can go from here directly to storage account, to the AWS or sorry, to the Databricks or even to the any stuff. So this is the advantage of creating a dash. That's it. Like we'll have all the things at one place. Making sense? Is it making sense
Yes.
to you?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to my resources here. Go to resource. Actually, I should have pinned here actually, not there. So once I go to the storage account, I should pin it actually. So let's pin here the project practice. Yeah. Now test. So now if you see here, there are a couple of stuffs are there available in the storage areas. Okay, the subscription, all the stuffs. So, but main thing is how we can store the data inside the storage. Actually, the storage store the data in the form of a containers. So if you click on the containers, then we can create some multiple folders here, okay, and you can store the data inside that. So basically, when you normally, if you go here in a real time, so there are bunch of folders will be there. So there are some naming convention we will follow while creating the folders inside the data lake storage. And this folder, 95% we will follow the same folder structure in real time. And once in a while, in a different project, they change the names. Okay, depend upon the situation. But the normal how we will create the folders, actually we will create 4 folders here. Let's create on the container and plus it. The first folder I will create is called the raw folder, and all should be small letter. Okay, it will not ask you to do any capital letter. All this thing. It will be the first folder will be the raw folder, and put it as a private. Create. So one folder got created. Second folder which always you will create is called the process. This is the way it will be there in your real time as well. Okay, processed, and third one is called your presentation. Okay, so these are the 3 folders I have created. We'll see one by one, and I'm creating another folder which is let's check the practice folder. So whenever any concept I want to practice it, this folder I will use it. Okay, and other are related to the project. Okay, is it making sense?
Why are we creating these containers?
Containers to store the data.
Why so many containers?
Okay, so you want me to concept now. The raw container, let's say you are getting a source file somewhere, and that is your raw data. That will store inside the raw, and once that reads to the Databricks, and we will process it in the form of it. We'll apply the transformation, like whatever you did in the pandas, right? The logical things, everything we applied. Finally, whatever the output comes from the file, that is the process file. That process file will store inside my process folder. And finally, then we'll do other things on the process file. And let's take after that, somebody wants to use in the Power BI. So that we will keep it in the presentation. So that what happen is the visualization who is doing on the Power BI or any other tools, they will access to the presentation folder. So this is just like a folder structure of different files, raw files, process file, and the final the presentation. Make sense?
You will be having only one file. So when you say, I don't know, if you say you have different, you will be taking raw file, raw detail in the sense it will be kind of CSV files what you're having.
In the sense, unstructured, there will
Oh,
be so many steps. Yeah, so many
yeah.
things will be there because the source file we don't know what the file would.
Okay.
And if you maintain a proper folder structure, somebody can understand as well.
It's
Because this is
easy
my
to.
source file. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my source file. This is after processing of the source, it is there in this case. And the presentation guys will be available on this folder. So we should maintain a certain structure while creating the storage. And the practice which I created, this is just for our practice. Suppose we want to practice some concept, we can upload some file into the practice and we will see. But the project related files we will store in this folder. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to the practice folder here and I want to upload some file. Let's click on the upload, and let's try to this. I can upload from my files also. So I will go to my, let's check the returns. Yeah, I'm just opening the returns.csv file which I already have, so that I'm just uploading. Simple as that. Okay, so I'm just opening this file now. So if you click on this file, okay, you will see all this information about this. Fine. That's it. So I'm just what I did. I came to the containers and then upload the first part is completed. We have created the storage, and in this time we created the data lake Gen 2. Then finally we uploaded some files. Now the thing is we need to authenticate storage into Databricks using different ways. Or rather, we want to read that file into Databricks because ultimate way is once we have the storage data here, we want to read through the Databricks only because the final product or the processing, everything we will do in the Databricks because that is a Spark environment, right? And on that note, I'm just stopping it, guys. If you are still till yet not created this environment if you are not practicing properly on the Databricks on the Azure cloud, the steps will be very higher and you will lost in between. Okay, so please make sure if you are practicing daily, make sure your mouse is moving. If I say storage, it will go to storage. If I go to the Databricks, it should go to Databricks. What I am writing there, what the steps I am following, everything needs to be spot on. Otherwise, one or two classes, if you are saying backlog, 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 it will be more backlog in this case. Okay, I will make sure that this is not happening. Whatever your workload, I don't care. Please do it. Okay, it makes sense.
Yes.
Then up to, so now what I will do, I will go to my workspace here and on the DB project, on this is a notebook is already there, but I'm creating a subfolder here again. Okay, so subfolder I'm creating. Let's take inputs. I say inputs. There's a folder I'm creating inside that inputs. Then here I will create my first node. Before to that, normally in real time scenario, right? The storage which you created, you came to here. You came to storage account, then we created this and everything is there. The disadvantage of creating the storage account through web UI, the URL is like we will not able to see all the storage account at one go. In the sense, if you go here, then you will able to see this storage account details and other. If you want to see other storage account, then I will again go to the storage account. Then I will click on this. Then I will able to see this. So the list, whatever the list I have, the storage account, directly it will not available in the UI. This is the first problem. Second problem is in this container which I uploaded, right? It will allow to upload only the files. Okay, just remember this point. It will allow you to upload only the files, not the complete folder. If you are uploading from the this portal, like the web version of the storage accounts. Okay, these are the two problems I have when I'm creating the storage account from the UI. It is making sense. I'm going very slow. It's okay, right? What I told.
Yes.
So then what should you do for that? So for that, so there is an what you call the another software will be used, which is a local software which you need to install on your system, and that is the way we work on real-time management to creating the storage account. We will never create the storage account from this web UI. Rather than we'll use another tool which will need to be installed on your system, that we will do it. Okay. So for that, um, storage browser. One sec. I'm just seeing the option where it is available. Okay. Overview. Tags. Business content. No, it is not there. So anyway, we need to install one software that is called storage. I have it. Microsoft storage. Azure storage. I was having this account. Let's see. So we need to search for Azure Storage Explorer. Okay. From here it should come up. Yeah. Just give me a sec. Where is that option? Text, template, governance, storage browsers. Yeah. So if you click on the storage browser, it's saying that other ways to manage the data is through Azure Storage Explorer. Okay. So if you click on the storage manager, you will see another option, which is nothing but the Azure Storage Explorer. So you need to click on this download button, Azure Storage Explorer, and click on your operating system here based on your whatever the operating system you have, and it will just download one exe file and just simply install it. Okay, making sense? This one, Azure Storage Explorer. And once you installed it, it will come up like this. Azure Storage Explorer. It is not coming for me. Yeah, Microsoft Azure Storage Explorer. It will looks like this. I think so. Yeah. Once it is, you open it. Once you install it, it will open up as a separate the software for you. See, it is automatically taking up my subscription, but if it is not taking up, what do you do? Just click on this on, and you will get and sign in with the Azure account. Okay, so just sign in here and give your email ID and everything, so that it will be exposed. So just need to select your the account which you are using on the Azure portal. Just sign in through that. Then it looks good, I think. And after that, once you got selected, you can select the on this option, the second option. You select the storage account or service, and sorry, not like that. Let me sign in again one more time. Sorry. So it is asking me to log in, authenticate. And once it's authenticated, yeah, you are in now signed in. Then open Explorer, and it will give you at one go. It will give you the storage accounts and other stuffs also. It is available in direct case. And from here, you can create your own like the storage account. All these stuffs we can create from here. Okay, instead of creating from here, that from the UI, always we used in a real time. This is the tool you will use it to create the storage account, and everything will be seen here. Okay, this is the tool we should use to create the storage. Make sense?
Amir, from storage account, how did you download the Microsoft Azure Storage Explorer once more, if you could show? From the storage browser.
This the last one it
Oh,
will be
okay.
there.
Yeah, found it. Yeah.
That we need to install it and just connect to the Azure portal, and from there we can create your storage and everything. And this is the way we will create. Okay, in real time also, this is the tool everybody used to create the storage. Okay. Okay, on that note, the main objective was, so I have created a folder inside the DB project. I created inputs, and let me create a notebook here. Okay, let me create the notebook, and I'm giving the notebook name is Access Data Lake Storage using access keys. Okay, because first authentication was how we can create using the storage access keys. Fine. So when you go to what is storage access, so whenever you are going to your storage account, right? Okay, there is an option called access keys. Okay, in your storage account, you click on the access keys. So there will be a key 1 and key 2 will be there. So this is the key which can be used to authenticate and access the storage outside of the storage account. Suppose somebody wants to use this outside of the storage and you want to access the storage account, you can use the key 1 and key. Now question would be, this is the interview question, that in the storage I have a key 1 and key 2. Why? There will be two keys. And what is the disadvantage of the access key as well? We'll discuss both the steps. So are you following me? Till yet you are following me properly? So two keys is important because let's take you have used key 1 in one of your tasks. Let's take and you want to suppose refresh the keys, because Suppose we have a in real time. What happens is normally whatever the passwords you have or normal the whatever you are using, there is a life cycle. Either 60 days, 90 days, everything. It will got expired, and you need to reset the password, reset the keys, and everything. We can do it. So like that, just try to understand that the key one is being used in certain application, and that I want to change it. Then I can't come directly and click on the rotate because the key one would be get changed. Right. So instead of that, what happens is if you are using the access keys, you will get a notification from the Azure admin saying that for this storage account, key one needs to be updated by so on day. So that time as a developer, what you need to do is key one anyway it will be get override. So that time your key two will be very helpful. What I will do, I will take the key 2 and I will replace all where I'm using the key 1. Then I will can ask the Azure admin, okay, I have done this. You can rotate the key 1. Then again, when the key 2 cycle will come, the key 2 will be it should be rotated or it should be updated. Again, email will come and will change to key 1. So this way, there are two keys are available, key 1 and to just reuse the functionality. What is the problem on this? The problem is we are exposing the data. There's a key 1 to click on this so right. If we copy, and this will give you the full access to the storage. If you are using this kind of authentication, just remember this, we are giving a full authentication, means the user can read, user can write, and even user can delete the storage account. You are using the access keys. So this is not a secured way to authenticate the storage account outside of the, okay? Is it making sense what I have told? Are you good guys?
Yeah, Samir, we are updating the key one, right? So how much days it will take to update?
One second. Yeah, go ahead. What is the question?
Yeah, Samir, we are updating key 1 and key 2 frequently. So, how many days it will take to update key 1? Yeah, because we are using some days for key 2, right? After that, we have to change key 1. So,
It
yeah,
depends.
for this.
It depends like how much time you are putting it. Even suppose you want to upgrade in 90 days. So from today you update it, and next would be updated in 90 days. So previously 90 days before the admins will send it out. Before I think 15-20 days or 1 month back, they will say that key one will be rotated on this day. So before to that we need to switch on to the and
Okay,
let
so
them allow to the rotate.
okay. So, how much days for process, Samir? Like 1 or 2 days we are
Pro-
using key.
Oh no, creating the new key you are saying?
Yeah, like
Creating a new key.
yeah, we
No,
are
creating.
using that key 1 again. So, how much
Oh.
time it will take to process the update, and we will get back to our key, like key 1.
Key one, creation of the key one will be 1 minute only. If you click on the rotate, it will just create it. That's simple. Nothing. It will not take time.
Okay, Samir. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah, thank
But
you.
the main problem with this access keys is if somebody have the access keys, if I give somebody the access, you will have the full access storage, which is not good. Okay. So that's why this way of authentication you will find rare in real time. But since we are practicing, we should know everything. Like how the different ways of okay.
Okay, Samir. Yeah.
All right. So here, let's do that. Now we have created it. Now writing some markdown here. Percentage MD. Okay. This I think I explained you right. Percentage MD. Yes or no?
Yes.
So steps to access data lake storage using the access keys. So the first way is to create Spark context, then read using access something like I'm just giving a high level what exactly it's all about. And I'm creating a new context here. Normally just think like in real time or in normal way when you are typing the URL. Suppose I'm typing the URL called portal.azure.com, right? So normally it is coming as HTTPS, right? Secure. Any URL you go with the any URL you are hitting it, it is going to authentication called HTTPS. Secured way to access the web URL, right? Yes or no? Anywhere I'm showing anything else, HTTPS. Any URL, put it HTTPS. Okay? HTTPS. Everywhere it will be HTTPS. This is the normal secured way you will use over the internet to access any web URL. Are you agree?
Yes.
But in normally in case of Databricks, it is used another secured way, and it is well and tested in the big data environment through which only we can access the data. That is called ABFS, and I will put another S as well. So the sequence. So instead of HTTPS, we will say ABFSS. Okay, this is called Azure Data blob, I think blob होते हैं, file system driver, file system driver. This is the way you will access your data inside the, so this is called ABFS. Instead of HTTPS, we'll use the ABFS. Okay, got it? This is a advantage of doing that. Now, suppose I want to access now. Normally, how you are accessing, I just told you in one of the notepad. You just see that, right? The database utils. We have used the db utils .fs.ls. Then we are giving the file name, and we are able to access that path, right? Whatever the content is available. Just now, before to this notebook, I showed you. Correct, na? Remember that? Just now, I think 5-10 minutes back we
Yes,
did it.
true, Mr.
Yeah. So like that, suppose you want to access. Let's take in my container. Let's put the container inside my practice container. I have the returns.csv file, right? So that's I want to access it. So I will say dbutils, okay, dot fs dot ls, and if you want to access any files from the container, then I will use the abfs, right? I told you. So you need to say abfs like this, just like the HTTPS. You see, HTTPS, then slash slash. Instead of that, I am seeing ABFSSS. Okay, that's it. The changes is there. Now I need to give my container name. Let's check what is the container name I have. Container name is
Practice.
project DBL, right?
Okay.
Project DBL.
Storage account.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Container is practice. Sorry. Yeah, that's correct. So it is practice at the rate my storage account name. Okay. The
Project DBDL.
no, sorry, actually project DBL at the rate practice. Okay, sorry.
Okay, okay.
It should be, yeah. So let me copy that name. So it will be project DBL, project DBL at the rate practice. Okay, so it is like this is my storage account. Under that at the rate practice is my container. This is the way you should normally you should do it. Okay, but if you enter this, it will throw an error. Oh, my, okay. We have the compute, right? Let's go there. It got terminated after 20 minutes. Yes, sorry for that. I need to change this. My cluster got shut down. Terminated. Okay, let it commit, and we'll go to our workspace, imports, and this. Let it is starting up. Then I will access it.
Samir, shouldn't we
Uh,
give the file name here, return.csv? No need to give, specify.
no, we are just seeing the content of that. Once we read the file, then it is yes. Read CSV will do it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just to see the what is there in that. That's what we are seeing. There will be a separate section I will cover up for the Spark commands, how to read it, how to all these things. It is more of a similar to Pandas only. Here and there, slightly changes will come up. The first 2-3 classes I will take it very slow to get it familiar with the database. Once you familiar with all the stuffs, then we will start the actual project. Okay. I'm seeing right now to set up how to get the storage, how to access it. Then once it is done, I'll directly jump to the how to the files, and I will provide you the project files, and you can do after the class. Whatever I done it, next class we'll done it. And end of the project, end of the class, end of the course, we'll come up with a complete project. Yeah, just hold on. This is problem. Sorry, my cluster is not starting up yet. So without that, we can't do anything. So let's wait for that. Come on, come on. Okay, let's wait for this. Without that, we can't do anything. In the meantime, I'm just asking who are there in the class. Your Azure account, your database account, everything is set up properly. This done for everybody, or whoever is not yet done yet. Be sure on that. Anybody have not done yet? Creating of your Azure account or creating of the Databricks, all this stuff. Anybody have anything pending on that front? No, right?
No.
Good. So now now my cluster comes up. Now let's try to access it. What do you think? It will work? You can able to see the file which is available on this one. It is saying that somehow it is not able to access it. It's saying that invalid URL, but actually the problem is your file is available on your storage, which is a separate entity, and Databricks is a separate entity. And two separate entities try to access the storage. So in between, there is no authentication is happening, right? It is not authorized to access the storage account. That's the problem. So here, the first thing is Databricks should be, or the session which you are running on the notebook in the Databricks should be authenticated to access the storage account first. Then only we can read the file, whatever you want. Okay. So for that, what I need to do? Okay. So for that, I need to write some code. Let's try and understand this. Okay, let me close this. And I will create a file here. So first of all, I want to access the file. Okay. So I will say Spark, okay, dot configuration, config dot set. This is the command I should use it. Okay. I'll use this things inside my this one. Spark dot configuration dot set. Blindly follow it. This is the way we will write the code to authenticate this one. Okay. Now we need to put a double quote here. I'll say fs dot azure dot account dot key. This is the account we should use it. Fs dot, this is a function to access this one. Okay. Dot dot. Okay. Then your what you call your container name. So in this case, my container is project DBL, project DBL dot, okay, project DBL dot DFS dot core dot Windows, so dot core dot Windows dot net. This is the way you will write your code. Okay, done. Then comma. Since we are doing the first way, you're using your storage access keys. The first authentication we are doing using your access keys. So first of all, let's grab the access keys. We'll put it here. So let's go to the storage account and click on the access keys and take key 1, key 2, doesn't matter which one. So I will take the key 1, copy it, simple copy, copied it. Then I will go to my Databricks, and here after the first line, and in the double quotes, I will put that. This one, sorry, it's not copied properly, I think. I will copy again, copy it. Now I will paste it. So this is the access keys which I want to put it here. So this is the way. First of all, we will authenticate our storage account into my Databricks. Okay, make sense?
Yes.
Now run this. So it is successful. Okay, now I can access the files. Okay, so let's try to that. So now I will say, now what are the command I have used that time? So I'll say db utils, okay, dot fs dot ls. This time it was throwing me an error, right? So I'll say abfss like that. Okay, then I can say mm, project dbl the red practice. Practice. Yeah, let me see this. Okay, let me enter this control and db utils. Sorry, db utils. Control. Mm, why I'm not able to get this? Just give me a sec. Count access key. We are able to do it. Display project dbl. Or should I give it in one second? One second. One second. It's- This is your authenticated. We have done it, and it is correct. I should able to see the dbs.f is still. I'm missing something. One second. Maybe this got changed. Ls. Then I need to use line first. What I'm missing here? Just because this is the way you should write it. Sometime FSS
The syntax is
slash
saying my container slash my folder. So should we write
the
the container first?
container first. Okay, container is practice.
Practice.
Okay, then at the rate your project dbl. This is the way you're saying. No, I don't think so. Let's try that. Let's
Oh,
saying
okay.
account, yeah, that's not a problem. Account number is not fully qualified. Mm, let's try that. Yeah, that's correct. So we need to put the complete qualified name. This is the container name actually. The project dbl dot dfs dot code dot windows dot net. That we need to give it. Yeah. Now it is running, and it will give you the file which is available on that practice. Okay. Just hold on. Let it run it. It is single node cluster. Okay, and we're running in our into our local. It's a multi-node. It will be so fast. Okay, since we have a processor, everything is there. Just taking time. So let's run this. Come up, come up, come up. Execution level, right? Maybe just hold on. Because these are the stuffs. No, I've, the syntax are getting changed. And these are the normal setup, right? Normally, we'll not use nowadays because project is already on a setup mode. These things. It's not fully practiced. What is happening? So this is my practice.
What if we write practice? I am sorry. Practice at the rate the project dbl.dfs.core.
So
Um, practice at the rate and now,
at the data like this.
yeah,
That's the one I given actually.
earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah, earlier you gave the same thing.
it is running, and after that it is showing some errors. It is authenticated. Let me go to the storage account. This is my storage. Project DBL. The storage account. Okay, title. Oh, okay, maybe somehow it is throwing an error from project DBL. Saying that just hold on, huh? Just I'm stopping my share. Yeah, let me share my screen. Yeah, this is the way you should do it here. I don't know what the problem here. So maybe I'm missing here. So it should be like your the container, whatever you created, practice at the rate your container. Yeah, exactly. It should be like this one. It is, I don't know for what reason it is not running now. If I'm missing something, I'm not sure. And it should be like this only. Your first, it will be your container, which you just created the practice. Let me create the practice as well. Containers, and this is the practice. With the name or something is missing here. Practice at the rate project.co.dfs.net. That's the way you should be. Let me try for a 1-2 minutes. If it is not happening, we will see in the next class and see what exactly is happening. Because we are already a Spark authentication we have done through the access key for the project dbl.dfs.co.windows.net. Then what is the problem here? It should work. Hmm. Unknown host this thing. Hmm. Did I executed this also, right? Let's get this. Yeah, this is okay. I don't have an issue on this. Second practice. Container properties. Windows dot not APC. Okay, it is a blob. Okay. Project dpl.blob.core.windows.net. That was the problem, I think. Yeah. This is the name it is coming. To say. Okay, yeah. I missed it that part. So, man, I think wasted the time. Yeah. So what I did, I just forgot that that's the way it is actually. It was previously using that URL only, the dfs.co. Something like that. It was doing it. But now, if you go to your container, and click on the practice, right, or any of the container here. And if you click on this three dots, and if you click on the container properties, you will see on your error. So this is saying that project dot blob dot core dot windows net. Okay, so I was using a wrong thing. Let's do that now. Let's try authenticate. This is done. Now instead of using this, I will say project dbl instead of dfs dot core dot windows. No, so it is like this is the way it's okay. dbl dot blob dot core dot windows. Great, things are changing. It should work now as well. No, it is not working. I think I'm missing. Okay, I will not waste your time, guys. Let's stop it here, and I will see what is the error is all about. If you find out something, please do let me know as well, and I will see it. Okay, sorry for everything, and we'll see tomorrow.